$1.99. Call 812-234-5678.
Here's your NBC2 forecast first.
Good evening, everyone. Our winter weather continuing around the area, although it is starting to taper off now in our southwestern counties. I want to show you what it looks like in the Terre Haute area first. That's where we're going to start with our Terre Haute Chevy cam. And you can see traffic moving slow, but it is moving out there. Notice in the Terre Haute area also kind of tapering off from what we had earlier. About an inch to an inch and a quarter of some sleet and snow combined up in the Terre Haute area. And there's still some light precipitation falling up there as we speak. If you take a look at our satellite and our radar right now, you'll see the bulk of this now is moving over the area and northeast of here. It's starting to break up a little bit now back to the southwest of this area. Here's a look at the ESP live radar, and again from southwest to Terre Haute to Effingham, we're definitely seeing this starting to taper off, although we do continue with a winter weather advisory. We'll have more for you on this coming up here in just a couple minutes.
Voted Indiana's Station of the Year for 2 consecutive years. This is NBC2 News at 11.
Winter weather has police on high alert. We'll tell you what you should know to stay safe.
And the snowy and icy conditions caused a semi to jackknife on Interstate 70. We'll have the details.
Plus, police are investigating a case of animal neglect, something officials are saying is the worst case they've ever seen. Thanks for joining us for NBC2 News at 11. I'm Sydney Benter.
And I'm Patrick Fazio. We begin tonight with the winter storm that's moving through the Wabash Valley.
Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker is tracking the storm. Let's check back in with him right now for more. Jess?
Well, first of all, the good news for much of the valley, the worst of it is now over as we're starting to see it move on off to the northeast. We're going to show you a few things. First of all, we're going to start once again in Terre Haute and show you what it looks like in town. And again, traffic is moving along in town just a little slower than average, especially on some of those side streets. So just kind of take it easy out there. Next thing I want to show you will be the temperatures. And notice in Terre Haute now, it's up to 31. But notice Vincennes, Mattoon, Effingham, and Olney, everybody at or above freezing. So it's starting to warm up now some of those southern counties. And that's kind of what we were anticipating to happen. Next up, the temperatures. Again, we're around 32, 31 in Terre Haute, 34 in Vincennes. But notice what happens during the overnight. It warms up by 4 a.m. to 34 in Terre Haute, and pretty much everybody's at or above freezing by early tomorrow morning. That means we'll be looking at melting starting to take place, and by noon, back up to 40. So again, the worst of the storm over. We'll talk more about this system and also what the weekend looks like. That's coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, great. Thanks, Jess. First responders are in full force amid these hazardous winter conditions in the valley. NBC2's Paige Poisey is live in the newsroom with more. Paige?
Sydney, I was just out there, and let me just say I'm glad to be back inside. I spoke with police who say if you don't have to drive anywhere right now, don't. The snow and freezing rain hit the valley hard late this evening. Indiana State Police say they are on high alert all night into tomorrow. Police say drivers also need to be proactive on the road. This means they need to slow down and stay alert. If the weather persists into tomorrow, it could mean travelers might want to adjust their schedules.
Some people tend to not do when storms are approaching is get up earlier to get on the road earlier should they need to go somewhere. And when people get up at their normal time and they try to make up lost time by increasing their speed and dropping their guard, that seems to be when we have the majority of the crashes. So again, the good thing is being forecasted early. Folks, if you do have to travel tomorrow, going to work and such, make sure that you get up early.
Police also encourage drivers to make sure their cars are fully defrosted before driving. Live in the NBC2 newsroom, I'm Paige Poisey. Back to you.
All right, great. Thanks, Paige. The winter weather conditions sent a semi into a ditch off I-70 earlier tonight. Indiana State Police say a semi was driving eastbound along I-70 and jackknife at the 7-mile marker. Police say the driver lost control when the roads turned icy. No one was hurt. The crash blocked both eastbound lanes toward Indianapolis for about an hour. Police say this is a reminder to all drivers to slow down in hazardous conditions.
In weather like this, just slow down, pay attention, take a little bit extra time to get to where you're going. Be cautious, be a defensive driver.
Police also say it's important to leave a safe distance between you and the vehicle in front of you.
In other news, a disturbing case of animal neglect is under investigation in Sullivan County after an anonymous tip led police to a mobile home in Pleasantville, Indiana. 3 dog carcasses and 2 dog skulls were discovered on the property, along with 2 survivors, Charlie and Bocephus. They're currently calling the Sullivan County Humane Society home. When police arrived, Charlie was roaming free while Beau was found eating the carcass of one of the other dogs. Miranda Hay with the Humane Society says this is the worst case she's ever seen, and there's no excuse for the neglect that took place.
In this case, it was just sheer neglect. Refusing to feed an animal and give them water, and keeping them chained up and contained so that they have no way to get out and try to survive. And to die a miserable, slow, painful death of starvation in the freezing cold in the last couple of months, the weather that we've had, is just completely absurd, and it's not acceptable.
The dogs will stay with foster families until they're healthy. They will not be available for adoption until after the legal process.
Well, business continued for employees at SureClean in Vincennes despite an overnight fire that destroyed the building. The fire started last night at the business on Fulton Glass Road. Vincennes Township and Vincennes City Fire fought the blaze overnight, Wednesday into Thursday morning. There were no injuries and no cause has been determined, but the owner says despite the fire, their employees were back at work at various job sites today. In other news, Vigo County officials and the Better Business Bureau are urging you to keep an eye on your mailbox. Many people are getting official-looking letters asking for $89. The Better Business Bureau is calling this a questionable business practice, so they want you to know what to be on the lookout for. This is the letter that's being sent. It's from a group called the Local Records Office. It goes on to say that you can get your property deed. Just send an $89 check. But if you go to the recorder's office in town, that same document costs $1 and $5 if you want to get it certified. And while officials say you might get your deed, you don't need to spend that much on it.
Definitely question the authenticity of that. Call your local government office, call the BBB, take your own path to make sure you don't get scammed in the end.
We have all the links of how you can contact, of who you can contact, that is, if you receive this letter on our website, mywabashvalley.com. Well, still to come on NBC2 News at 11, attendees at one Indiana high school graduation will be seeing double this year. The school hopes their number of twins walking across the stage breaks a world record.
You're watching NBC2 News with Patrick Fazio, Sydney Benter, weather with Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker, and sports with Jason Pinsky. This is NBC2 News at 11. For these stories and more, log on to mywabashvalley.com.
Get the style you want at the price you want on your new flooring today at Flooring America Terre Haute. No matter your choice, at Flooring America, you'll always get more for your money.
You know what's better than saying thank you? Saying it with a great offer. So McDonald's would like to say thank you, incredibly awesome customer, for your incredible awesomeness with this. This Thursday is McDonald's Awesome Customer Appreciation Day. Get a Big Mac or Quarter Pounder with cheese sandwich for just $1 when you buy one at regular price. A Big Mac or Quarter Pounder with cheese for just $1. Just because you're awesome. More ways we love to say thanks.
Want the power of a V8 with the highway fuel economy of a V6? Yes, sir. 40,000 more warranty miles than an F-150 work for you? Sure does.
Does the lowest cost of ownership nod the Silverado got help with the decision?
It makes the decision. Copy that. Sold.
See your Wabash Valley Chevy dealers. Now during Chevy Truck Month, get 0% financing for 60 months or choose customer cash plus option package discount for a total value of $6,250 plus trade up for an additional $1,000 trade-in allowance.
Here's the mywabashvalley.biz now hiring featured job listing. Alorica is now hiring for customer service representative positions at their Terre Haute location. Go to mywabashvalley.com, scroll down and click on the featured job listing to apply today. No matter the size, no matter your choice, you'll always get more for your money on quality flooring at Flooring America Terre Haute. Get your style, your price, your floor today. Flooring America Terre Haute.
You're watching NBC2, brought to you by Realtor Dave Cash. See this completely updated home today at 22 Elks Drive in Deerfield. Here's Old National Bank and Junior Achievement's MVP of the Week on NBC2.
Anna Schilling is a senior at Washington High School. She's an academically accomplished student with diverse interests. In addition to Science and Art Club, Anna is very involved with business clubs like DECA and BPA. She also volunteers as a youth soccer coach.
Anna is a student that really is every principal's dream.
Anna got to live out one of her own dreams last year.
This past summer, I was actually privileged enough to go with IU to study abroad for 6 weeks in Spain. And I actually had to dedicate myself to the entire summer to speaking just Spanish.
Anna doesn't just excel when it comes to her Spanish studies, she also shines among business students.
She's put together a 30-page international business plan that she'll take to our state DECA conference. And, you know, she places top 3 in that. She'll take it to nationals.
I just signed to go to IU, and there I want to study international business with management. So DECA really put me on the road to what I want to study.
She explains that her achievements are all by design.
I actually, with some friends, we made a list of things that we wanted to accomplish while in high school. And so some of those were being in the top 25% of the class, having a GPA over 3.75, and being involved in at least 3 diverse activities. So, I mean, I've accomplished all of those.
Anna's grandfather explains why he nominated her.
Anna's probably the most exceptional young lady I've seen in a long time.
Anna Schilling, our MVP of the Week. To nominate an outstanding high school student for MVP of the Week, visit the contest page on our website, mywabashvalley.com.
This is NBC2 News at 11.
Welcome back. The senior class at a high school in central Indiana has everyone seeing double.
The graduating class has 17 sets of twins, and they are hoping that one fact alone will push them into the Guinness Book of World Records.
Steve Jefferson, who, by the way, has a twin, brings us the story.
These Carmel High School students hope to break the world record for the most twins in one graduating class. 2 by 2, there are 17 sets of twins in all. Identical twins Morgan and Caroline Ward consider it a huge honor.
Well, I've read the Guinness Book of World Records, so it's amazing just to be offered this chance to be in it.
The current Guinness World Record for twins in a graduating class is 16. Twins Connor and Caitlin Thomas say classmates who find out they share a birthday simply think it's cool. But nothing will be cooler than actually being a part of history together.
Twin interviews.
We're together.
We're together. Car rides to school in the morning.
Together.
We're together.
Beating the world record is no easy task. In fact, Guinness sent Carmel High School a list of evidence required to beat the record.
Copies of photo IDs, birth certificates, any name change forms, if their names have changed over the years.
The students will even send Guinness family photos, including those hard to distinguish baby pictures.
I think we're physically looking less alike.
I think we're like different.
But our personalities are different.
Yeah.
Guinness wants every T crossed and I dotted in order to grant Carmel High School the world record. So it could be weeks before the twins learn if they make the history book that could eventually end up on the school library shelf.
Well, the current record stands at 16 sets of twins. The school says it also has several sets of twins in underclasses.
A party begins a local nonprofit's preparations for a special cause. Local people attended the Wabash Valley March for Babies kickoff party at Indiana State's Holman Center this afternoon. The annual event celebrates the start of its biggest fundraiser to help babies be born healthy. It's a way for people to gear up for the annual walk in spring. Organizers say it's a cause many people can relate to.
We look at the number of babies that are born preterm. There are about 1 out of 9 babies are born preterm in Indiana. Somewhere close to 12% of the babies that are born preterm right here in Indiana. And when you look at that, that's too many. 1 out of 9. So the money we raise goes to work to help us maybe one day have less babies being born preterm.
And if you missed the kickoff party, you can still get involved. To find out how, visit our website, mywabashvalley.com.
Well, this month, NBC2 is challenging you to perform random acts of kindness. Tomorrow's random act of kindness is to give 5 different compliments to 5 different people. For a complete list of each day's random acts, you can visit our website, mywabashvalley.com. And if someone has done a random act of kindness for you, we encourage you to tell us about it on our Facebook page.
Jesse, do you have any compliments for us? Because we don't have any for you.
Well, not tonight, right?
It's the weather. It's not directed towards you.
I know.
Jess.
And you know, I think if you slow down and take it, you're going to take it easy, you're going to be fine. It's the worst of the storm is over, so that's the good news. Take a look in Terre Haute. Things are not looking terrible. If you take it easy out there, you can see traffic is moving in the city of Terre Haute. We'll talk about the storm system and what will follow as we head for the weekend when we come back.
Save big money during the MENARD Day sale. Update your home with Pfister bath faucets, all on sale. The single-handle Pariza or the two-handle High Arc Unison, both in a chrome finish, are your choice. $49 each. Get the look of natural stone with Ranyo ceramic and porcelain tiles, all on sale. 12-inch Roca tiles offer the easy maintenance of ceramic and fit any decor. In 2 colors, 79 cents each.
Save big money at MENARD. What car company offers you 7 models with an EPA-rated 40 miles per gallon highway or better? Ford, America's freshest lineup. With EcoBoost technology that delivers efficient power, Ford has you covered at the pump. And with our great offers, we'll keep your checkbook in check. No wonder Ford is America's best-selling brand. Now, get a Ford Focus with 0% for 60 months plus $500 cash. Or lease one for just $169 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
The Stock Market Report on NBC2 is brought to you by First Financial Bank, always close to home.
Dorset for the new Dorset Hyundai Mitsubishi. That's right, we've moved across the street to our brand new location. We're open during construction. Come on down for great savings. US 41 South in Terre Haute.
Forfeiter feet. Do you have an unsightly bump at the base of your big toe? That's what's called a bunion. When it's painful more often than not and is interfering with the activities you need to do and love to do, then it's time to have it treated. I'm Dr. Miranda Goodale. My job is to provide some conservative ways to address the pain and to provide surgical correction when these are not enough.
Forfeiter feet. Hi, Brian Dorset for the new Hyundai Mitsubishi. That's right, we've moved. We've got our new location open during construction. Come on down, US 41 South in Terre Haute for great savings. Dorset Automotive with 2 great locations on the same side of the street.
Covering the most games in the Wabash Valley. Go into the Hoop, Fridays at 11 p.m. on NBC2. Now, from the NBC2 News Weather Team, Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker.
Welcome back, everybody. We do continue with a winter weather advisory. Now, I want to tell you, I would not be surprised the way this system is moving tonight that these advisories will actually be allowed to expire early. As of right now, 6 a.m. tomorrow in Illinois and 10 a.m. in Indiana. But I really don't think they will last that long. The system's moving along a little quicker. And down to the south, notice just south of our viewing area, these areas have already been dropped. So again, even though we do have the advisory now, and roads are slick, obviously, take it easy out there, I imagine we'll probably drop these advisories a little early. By the time most of you get up in the morning, probably not looking at winter weather advisories around the area. And here's why. Southwest of here, this is all moving northeast. Southwest of here, things are tapering off a lot. Effingham, Mattoon area as you head down to the southwest of Terre Haute. And all this is moving off to the northeast. And down south, we're actually starting to see temperatures getting a little bit above the freezing mark. So we've still got the winter precipitation. And we've had anywhere over in the far western and northwestern areas from Mattoon to Champaign, we've had about 3.5 inches of snow reported. Most areas have reported an inch, inch and a half of snow, but there's been the sleet and the freezing rain mixed in. Of course, it doesn't take a lot of that to cause problems. Temperature-wise, we've actually warmed up to 30. We were at 26 degrees a few hours ago. We have gone up to 30 here at the station right now, and 18 has been our low for the day. I haven't melted down all of that mess that we got out there right now, but I did go out and check. We got 0.8 inches of snow, just shy of an inch of snow. We got about 2 inches of sleet, or 2.2 inches of sleet, so about an inch of ice out there with the snow and the sleet. We'll melt that down tonight and give you kind of a melted version of what fell tomorrow. Sunrise 7:32, going down at 6:34, so you're looking at 11 hours and 2 minutes of daylight for the valley tomorrow. In Terre Haute right now, we've got 30 degrees, so again, it's almost to the freezing mark in Terre Haute, and winds are out of the east-southeast at about 10 miles per hour. Here are the temperatures, and notice Paris is now checking in at the freezing mark. So is Mattoon, so is Effingham. We're above freezing now in Olney, and 32 in Vincennes. So these temperatures are not going to get any colder. We're almost at freezing in a lot of places, above in some, and these temperatures are going to rise some as we head through the overnight hours. Here's the temperature forecast. Notice we're around 32 degrees right now. We're going to stay near that by about 2 a.m. By 4 to 5 a.m., a lot of the areas are already going to be slightly above the freezing mark. And notice, here's 8 a.m., 36 degrees, and we're going to top out near 40 tomorrow. So again, the temperatures are going to slowly increase. Things will start improving late tonight and into the early morning hours of tomorrow. So the worst of this is now over, and it will slowly be getting better later tonight. The storm is big, though. It dumped a lot of snow in Wichita, 14.2 inches of snow in Wichita. That's the second heaviest snowfall ever on record in Wichita. So this has been a big snow producer out there. But you can see it moving, and the dry area coming in behind it kind of shutting off that precipitation. If you take a look here at the regional radar, we call it the dry slot on the back side of this. It's bringing this drier air in. That's going to shut off a lot of this precipitation here pretty shortly. A little bit will wrap in behind it, but nothing major. The biggest part of it has now moved through the area and will continue moving through as we head through the rest of the next 2 or 3 hours. And again, here's a look up here once again at the ESP live radar, and you can kind of see that with that break now in the western portion of the area. So it is starting to taper off out there, and that trend will continue. So here we go with the future track. Again, here's what we've got right now with the mixed precipitation. But notice by around 4 a.m., it warms up enough. We're looking at some light rain showers. This is by 4 a.m. And by tomorrow morning, it's pretty much all gone. Temperatures will warm up some. So again, the precipitation will end overnight. And by tomorrow, we're just looking at temperatures getting back up in the upper 30s and melting things away. Things are starting to improve as we head through the overnight hours. So here's a look at your forecast. Then for tonight, we'll be looking at that winter precipitation continuing for a little while, but it will start tapering off. Temperatures will hold nearly steady around 30 or a little bit above in some of the southern counties. Then for tomorrow, any precip in the morning ends pretty early. Otherwise, we warm to near 40, so what little bit we have out there will melt tomorrow. Then for tomorrow night, we'll drop back down to around 22 degrees, and then temperatures still kind of cool on Saturday at 35, but we're back to 44 on Sunday, and another chance of a little rain getting in here on Monday at 45. So again, the good news is the worst of it's over, and temperatures will be warming up by tomorrow morning.
Great, and your radar looked very colorful tonight. It had lots of different colors.
It had a lot of colors. I don't necessarily like to see all those colors.
No, that's not good news.
Yeah, I know, but it's moving out.
Good, all right. Thanks, Jess.
Jason Penske joins us now with a spotlight on the Sycamores.
The spotlight is on the Sycamores. They're hoping the worst of it is behind them. 3 straight losses. Up next, all kinds of basketball. We're checking in with the ISU women. A pair of sharpshooters going after some statewide recognition. That story is also next. And the Sycamore men hoping to turn things around starting this weekend. That's also next in sports.
Corvus pre-emergence corn herbicide. It's not just consistent, it's your corn-loving, broadleaf weed killing, grass crushing, 5.6 fluid ounces per acre, rock steady, fast track ticket to one pass city. Corvus from Bayer. 1 pass, 2 modes, 0 doubts. And now up to $2.50 per acre back.
4 and many years ago.
4 a deal with you.
Oh, yeah. Massive deal.
Who's your founding father?
Get a rear view camera.
I see you, baby.
Bluetooth. Talking about the red, white, and Bluetooth.
Great deals and features come standard on our most popular Honda models. The President's Day sales event, happening now at your Honda dealer.
In these tough economic times, more and more people just like you are struggling with debt. Maybe you're behind on your mortgage, facing a mountain of credit card debt and barely getting by. But there is help. In tough times, you call Himes. The Himes Law Office. Eliminate your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, and get back on your feet without losing your car or home. In tough times, you call Himes. The Himes Law Office, 812-235-7919.
With the most advanced engine in its class, 50 horsepower, dual overhead cams, and fierce acceleration, the Gator XUV 825i will shatter your expectations.
Check out the selection, quality, and value at John Deere and Vincennes Tractor today.
Galloway Camera is the place to get video transfers. Preserve your memories for generations to come by bringing in your old slides, photos, film, video negatives, and old movies. Have them transferred to DVD. Keep those moments alive and watch them from your TV or computer. Since 1974, you've trusted Galloway Camera. Best value is not our name, it's our policy. Check out deals online at GallowayCamera.com. And remember, our staff is here to help for the life of your camera. We don't charge for setup and training. We're behind the mall. Look for our big Kodak sign.
You're watching NBC2 News. Local sports coverage brought to you by Terre Haute Savings Bank, believing in the Valley. And now, sports with NBC2 News Sports Director Jason Penske.
The Sycamores are back at it Saturday morning, 11 a.m. sharp against Iona. At the time they scheduled this bracket buster game, both teams were red hot. The Sycamores, of course, now looking to get back on track, and so too will Iona. A team with 5 losses in its last 6 games. For ISU, getting quality play from the bench will be important.
And we consider our guys starters that come off the bench, but you know, Kitch and Lucas and Christian and Devontae, those guys usually give us a spark, but during this stretch we haven't. And whether they're tired or not as locked in as they need to be, we got to get them back and helping us.
The Sycamore women hitting the court today, practicing in anticipation of their contest against Illinois State this coming Sunday. Indiana State has won 4 straight games, putting the Sycamores in 4th place, 3 games behind leader Wichita State. The Redbirds of Illinois State sit just 1 game ahead of the Sycamores in 3rd place. Coach Terry Morin knows the importance of Sunday's contest and is pleased with how her team has responded to Jessica Valley's season-ending injury.
Doesn't get any easier, you know, even though you're at home and the Holman Center doesn't guarantee anything. So, and we know that. We know what's at stake on Sunday. It's a huge game for us. We certainly miss Valley, and, you know, she gave us a lot of just hustle points, and, you know, we've had to rally, and, you know, one of the things about this group is that they've stuck together, and you know, every team has some adversity, and it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up.
Best of luck to the women on Sunday. It's a great time of the year for basketball in general in Indiana. The boys' postseason starting next week. The girls have reached semi-state Saturday, with all the winners headed to Terre Haute 1 week from this weekend. And long before that, the Wabash Valley has 2 sharpshooters gunning for individual state titles this Saturday. Honey Creek Middle School's Rachel Kraft and Lost Creek Elementary School's Cole Hyam are headed for Newcastle this weekend, both competing in the Hoop Shoot State Finals.
I'm kind of nervous because, like, if I miss one, I'm kind of, like, nervous that I'm going to lose.
But you haven't missed too many.
No.
Hyam is in the 8- and 9-year-old age group and started by winning the competition at Lost Creek, then won the county title at Terre Haute South and capped it by winning the regional crown thanks to making 20 out of 25 up at Rockville, earning a date this Saturday in the state finals. Meantime, Kraft won the Honey Creek contest for 12- and 13-year-olds and also followed suit with wins at South and Rockville. She went an amazing 42 for 45 to win the regional in sudden death. She's thrilled to be headed for the state finals.
It blows my mind because there are a lot of girls that have competed to do this, and It's an honor to be able to do this.
Both shooters have earned high praise from their respective schools.
He's going far in everything he does. He's an excellent student academically. Not only is Lost Creek proud of him, but the whole Vigo County School Corporation.
Rachel's a really dedicated little ball player. She's a really good shooter, and it's evidenced by the fact that she spends a lot of time in her off season. Here, even in the 7th grade, you can tell she's just got a natural release, and evident that she's been working on it for a lot of years.
All right, best of luck to that duo this weekend. That's a wrap for the sports. You folks have a great night. Hope we'll have at least some high school basketball tomorrow night. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jason. Now here's a look at what's coming up next on NBC 2 News at 11. Over the years, we've heard safety concerns about cell phones.
And while it may be too soon to know whether or not cell phones are harmful to our health, there are some safety precautions you can take just in case. We'll have those tips when we return.
For these stories and more, log on to mywabashvalley.com.
Denver Mattresses President's Day sale is almost over. Hurry and get a free 51-inch or 32-inch HD TV with any qualifying mattress purchase. And get no interest for 4 years. Plus, enter to win a Caribbean cruise for 4. Denver Mattress, a Tempur-Pedic elite retailer in the Furniture Row Shopping Center.
My life, a little messy, but always colorful. My old national image card, a masterpiece, thanks to my little Picasso.
My life, always on the go. But I feel a little safer with my identity debit card because there's no doubt it's my card.
My business, simply the best cafe in town, and my image card from Old National helps spread the word everywhere I shop.
My image?
My identity.
My idea for my bank for life.
I've been a Terre Haute Chevy customer for several years. I've always felt comfortable here. Good contact, great with customers.
What I really enjoyed is kind of the old school atmosphere, handshake. I really felt like they cared about us, wanted to make sure we were satisfied with what we had.
The next vehicle I buy will definitely be from Terre Haute Chevy.
Get a rugged new 2013 Silverado starting at only $18,631, or choose an exciting new Chevy Spark starting at only $12,322. Terre Haute Chevrolet, where great selection meets great service.
Furniture Row's President's Day sale is almost over. Save on a great selection of exciting room groups and get a free HD TV, like this 5-piece group for only $12.98 plus a free 51-inch HD TV. Our President's Day sale ends Thursday, February 28th. 4 stores, 1 location. Furniture Row.
Closed captioning on NBC2 is brought to you by First Financial Bank, always close to home. This is NBC2 News at 11.
Welcome back. In health news tonight, cell phones have been widely used for only about 15 years, so it may be too soon to know how they affect our health.
But there are precautions you can take now. In tonight's Health Minute, Holly Furfer has details about those concerns and tips to staying safe.
Are cell phones safe or harmful? The Federal Communications Commission, which sets guidelines for how much radiation a cell phone can emit, says phones are safe, but others aren't so sure.
The World Health Organization has taken the step of calling cell phones a possible carcinogen, which is a cancer-causing agent.
That puts them in the same cancer risk category as lead paint and diesel exhaust. So how does cell phone radiation affect us?
The concern and what a lot of scientists will use to describe it, they're saying it sort of causes a heating up of the brain, much like an egg, for example, that's being cooked.
And children's brains may be more vulnerable.
Their skulls are just thinner. So when you talk about the radiation, it's easier to get through because of those thin skulls.
Cell phone safety manuals actually tell us to keep the phone about a ½ inch to 1 inch away from the head. Here's the good news. It's really simple to lower your exposure. Never talk with the phone directly against your head. Use an earpiece.
So I always use a piece just like this. It's wired. I find this to be the safest thing.
And don't keep the phone directly on your body.
I also don't put the phone in my pocket, in my front pocket, because it's, again, too close to the body.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Holly Furfer.
And still to come on NBC 2 News at 11, find out if the winter weather will continue tomorrow.
A final check of the forecast is coming up next.
Hi, Brian Dorsett for the new Dorsett Hyundai Mitsubishi. That's right, we've moved across the street to our brand new location. We're open during construction. Come on down for great savings. US 41 South in Terre Haute.
People in the Wabash Valley have trusted Scott's Custom Colors to get their cars back to pre-accident condition. As a technological leader in auto body repair, we are now the green leader with waterborne paints, a green-friendly alternative. For more than 15 years, we've provided the highest quality of work with unibody full-frame repair and computerized color matching, getting you back on the road like the accident never happened. Scott's Custom Colors on North 25th Street with on-site rental cars available. Or give us a call at 466-1416.
Hi, Brian Dorsa for the new Hyundai Mitsubishi. That's right, we've moved. We've got our new location open during construction. Come on down, US 41 South in Terre Haute for great savings. Dorset Automotive with 2 great locations on the same side of the street.
All right, Jesse, when will all this melt?
Well, by tomorrow, not long, yeah. And the worst of it's over, so that's the good news. Good. But it is slick out there now, so be careful. Take a look at the ESP Live radar. The bulk of it is now over in Indiana, some left over in Illinois. But again, most of this is starting to taper off and move out of the area. So winter mix ending tonight, temperature steady. And there you go, tomorrow, highs approaching 40. Will be melting tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Jesse. And thank you for joining us on NBC 2 News at 11. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
Tonight Show with Jay Leno's coming up next. For the latest local news, weather, and sports, visit our website, mywabashvalley.com. Thanks for watching.
Good night.